In a broken wasteland, come to my fire.
What's going on, metalheads? Wait, this is like the weird episode of the year, I think. That's the
country heads. This one,
country heads,
Yeah.
funkabilly, rockabilly, psychobilly metal. In a sense of a word, if it's heavy subject matter, it's heavy music, in my opinion. Ladies and gentlemen, please allow me to introduce to you the laid back country picker.
Hello.
hello.
Out in Metal Forge land, and Jason here, Jason Gardner from the heavy metal ale horn, is here. What's that?
Down here in my basement again.
Down here in the belly of the ship, as it were.
Yep.
I didn't realize that that the ships in the Vikings and shit had drop ceilings in them.
Yeah, man. I like to keep it real. Modern with some aesthetics.
Hell yeah.
It's good for running. Yeah, man. It's good for running my my speaker wire through there too, which it is. So
yeah, that is very true. So we were starting. We kind of talked a few minutes before this. We found out some interesting things about Laidback's camera setup, and he asked what I was drinking in the big mug here, and I said Coke Zero, no bourbon, and I'm gonna change that right now. Cheers.
What are you pouring in there? What is that?
That would be some Buffalo Trace, sir.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah, we don't skimp around. We actually get the $9 airport bottles.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
This is a holdover. I mean, it's a wonder I still had it. It's a holdover from when I went to LA a couple weeks ago. So, and I left it in the bag and completely forgot about it. But dude, what's going on? How have you been?
I'm doing good. We've had a good summer so far. We've done a couple little short run tours, and just things are going pretty good right now.
Hell yeah. So I mean, short run tours. I mean, like, were we doing like weekenders a week? What's up?
We're kind of going out for like maybe 10 days at a time. We've been out with Driving and Crying through the South. And we got that one finished up, and then we went out with Dash Rip Rock for a while. We wound up going to Dallas and I think Little Rock and maybe Kansas City. I forget where all we were, but I'm just doing kind of things like that where we're out maybe a week at a time, some opening gigs and so I'm headlining myself.
Right on. So before we get too crazy into like what's going on, can you give everybody in Metal Forge, and most of my listeners, especially around the Louisville area, pretty much know who you are because you've been up to Louisville quite a few times in the last few years, and being a Kentucky gentleman yourself, that's things get around down here,
Yeah, man.
In the Kentucky area, it's like kind of like it's Kentucky's like one big small town.
Yeah, you're right.
I mean, you can go pretty much anywhere and know somebody.
Yeah, that's so true.
So give everybody a rundown of Laid Back Country Picker and what you do.
Laid Back Country Picker, I guess it's been going on for about, I'm just guessing here, 7 years, I think. And it started out being just more of a like outlaw country kind of sound. And as we've continued to play over the years, I think my true colors have shown a little more, and it's morphed into more of a rock and roll sound. Because I'm a 70s rocker at heart. That's really when I cut my teeth on things like Aerosmith and Zeppelin and stuff like that. And I also too, and we'll talk about this a little more later on. I really like to win all the and I hate to call it hair metal because that sounds like derogatory. But I was just a big fan of those guitar players that all come out in the late 80s, man, all those shredder kind of guys, and I just really dig that kind of music. And even though I'm called Laid Back Country Picker, I think you still hear a whole lot of that stuff in what I'm doing. Not that I'm a shredder, but maybe some of the attitude.
I mean, I'm going to go out on a limb here and say that there's probably in the rock and metal community that when you really get down to it, there's probably in the current generation only two songs that really utilize a slide in the right way. And that's LB's Truth and No More Tears.
Oh man, wow.
So
That's
Just
pretty
gonna go out there and say that because
That's MJ's truth right there. Mark Jackson's truth.
yeah, it's goddamn right. No, but really, like, because it is such a sound, and just not even that, but like everything you do, it has this, like, again, as you said, your kind of true colors show with it, and it's melded into the kind of the rock vein, and we're like ZZ Top meets Zeppelin meets, I can kind of see some of the 80 shredders in there too.
Yeah, I mean, and you're right with the ZZ Top and all that. I think that definitely is a lot of what I do. It kind of boogie based in a way, but with more distorted amps and stuff. And I don't know, it just keeps showing up. And I love those shredder guys. I can't play that way. They're all so fast. I remember I got to see Randy Rhoads maybe a month before he died with Ozzy, and I just remember leaving that show going, "You're never going to play that way. You're no one can do that." And so I thought, well, now I'll just become a blues rock player because I can't do what Randy did.
So watching the documentary, because there is a documentary, and you told me one time, because I'd reached out to you. This is like when you first blipped on my radar a few years back, and I said, dude, this is a rad video, and you recommended the documentary of Laid Back, and you said it's 20 minutes you'll never get back.
Yeah. And I was right.
Here we are, like 3 years later, 4 years later. But no, when because you do go through like the idea in that, and there will be a link listed below, so if you all any of the viewers, listeners, whatever you're doing this on, want to check it out, you can. But when you're growing up in your formative years, you're playing the nights, the weekends, the small tours, the whatevers back in the 70s and 80s and such, when you really started getting into it. What were you always wanting to do? Original stuff? Did you always do cover stuff? Did you do a mix of both? How'd you get to where you are?
We first started having a rock band in high school. Writing original material was where we were. I mean, we did some covers just because, you kind of got to play some covers to have material, but we always wanted to write. The drummer in the band, everyone needs a guy who has a broad musical view, who buys albums and turns you on to things that you've never heard of before. And our drummer, a guy named Bill Hammond, was that. Like, he went to the record store, and back when that was really important, about once every week or two, and he would come back with all these imports from England and stuff of music we'd never heard. And man, he turned us on to so much stuff, which was nothing like what was going on here in Eastern Kentucky. And, we start writing songs in that vein. Like he had the first U2 album, and, we're just listening to all this. I'm trying to think of Killing Joke and all these other bands that no one had ever heard of, Echo and the Bunnymen. So we're kind of playing that kind of new wavy.
You're really getting down there.
Yeah. And also he was a giant Mata Hoople fan. And so this band, we would try to write songs because we thought that was important, but we also learned the whole Mata Hoople medley that they play live on their live album. And I'll never forget, we got hired to play a high school dance, and this had been about 1981. And we go there and play the Mata Hoople medley. Everybody's looking at us going, "What is this? What are you all doing?" And I got, I had like a Sound City 120 half stack, and we were just loud as a word of God. And I think there was, the kids wanted to hear Jenny Jenny or whatever the song was of the day. And we were playing all this bizarre stuff, but I've always valued playing original music. And I played in cover bands before, and you can make some money doing that, but it's a lot more rewarding to play original songs.
Definitely. So when did you have the idea, obviously because of the cover band question here, when did you feel like it was necessary to make a career shift and go into teaching and stuff like that? Is, the alter ego is the day job?
Yeah. It seems like I've always played in a band. That's been a constant since I was 14 years old. And, the goal at the time when I'm first playing and getting out of high school was, well, I want to be a rock star. That's what all my friends wanted to do. But a year or two after school, you start to realize, well, you're probably not going to be a rock star, and that's not really happening. So I started taking classes, and just working different jobs, nothing substantial at all. And just taking classes and playing music was good for that because you played on the weekend, you played at night, so you still had your time free to go to school. And school was a long time for me. We were non-traditional students at this point. We were married and had a child. And well, I remember we got burned out of school one time and probably had to take about a year off, but then we came back and finished our degrees and stuff. So I started full-time teaching in 2000.
Okay.
And, it was like, well, you're going to be a teacher now. So are you really going to play music? And the answer was, yeah. You just don't stop. You can't stop. So pretty much all through my teaching career, I've been playing mostly weekend and summer gigs too.
Definitely. And that's kind of how the whole laid back idea based in the documentary kind of started. It was the character that, you'd get into the wearing the hat and the glasses and just doing the shtick, as it were. But like any good character, obviously it's, no matter, like, take wrestlers, for example, or actors, it's rooted at home.
Yeah, and that's a really good analogy, I think, is it almost was like wrestling because, you got all these wrestlers and they're all trying to come up with something unique so you'll pay attention to them.
Mm-hmm.
You don't want a sea full of killer musicians all over the world. This layback thing was like, well, this is funny and this is an attention getter. So, it makes people look at you for a second. But then, I think it was Alex Lifeson, maybe it was Geddy Lee. I read something that said, we don't take ourselves very seriously, but we take our music very seriously. And I think that's what layback does. Like, I'm not that serious about it, but I'm really still serious about the music we do.
Sure. Absolutely. Jason, you're kind of quiet.
Yeah, man, I'm just taking it in. I'm being taught.
Yeah, it's what you always say, and I keep telling you, man, you got to jump in. So why don't you jump in and talk with him here for a minute? We want to hear from you too, buddy.
I mean, yeah, like, how is it being a two-piece with your wife now? Like, just spending all that time in the caddy, the Cadillac.
Sir, that is a Crown Vulcan Victoria.
Yeah.
It is a McGoffin County Cadillac, and dude, I was sitting here thinking, or I just was thinking earlier today, and fucking sedans started popping up in my marketplace feed.
Yeah.
And there's something about a 4-door car, a big body car. What is it?
Man, I don't know what it is, but especially with Crown Vics, I can't speak on every 4-door sedan.
Well, the Grand Marquis.
Yeah, well, those things are such a well-designed automobile because they're fuel efficient for the size they are. I mean, my car gets 25 miles a gallon on the road, and that's just incredible. They're a super comfortable ride, and we haul every bit of gear we need in it. So it's perfect for us.
Hell yeah. I've been thinking about getting the wagon version.
Oh, man. That would be
I know, because they've still got that fucking back-facing seat.
Yes. Those are, I remember that. Oh,
dude, that needs to be, there we go right there. Laid back and honey drive-in tour. Boom.
Oh, man. It'd be perfect.
Yeah.
It sells itself. No, but going back to Jason's question, going from playing in full bands, doing the thing, and then like kind of downsizing and honey obviously has her other stuff going on too, like Luna and the Mountain Jets and everything too. But like, how is that going and just, enjoying the music with the misses?
Well, it's great. And, it all come out of COVID because when the COVID shut the world down and we're trapped here at the house for months at a time, and I've got a basement with a drum kit in it. And, I'd always played just a traditional kind of 4-piece band, but we go down there and Teresa has always thought, I could play drums. So we were just jamming and she got on the drum kit back there and I was like, oh my gosh, you can really play this. And I encouraged her and said, you got to do this. So we got a bunch of songs together and we went out and played for the first time. And she said she was scared to death, but you would never know it. And it just really worked. And it's so much different playing. in a two-piece situation like this because it's very liberating. I'm the only melodic instrument. So no matter what chord I play, it's the right chord because I'm not working against anybody there. And I figured out I made this rig. I had this really funky old Boss pedal that had a distortion on one side and an octave on the other. And it's very crude, but I would play with it and it would make a bass sound along with your guitar sound. Oh, man, that's something interesting. And then I found that Electro Harmonics made something called a POG, which runs an octave out that you can separate into a completely different amp. So that's going straight to the bass amp. And then the clear guitar signal is going on in my guitar rig. And it really cleaned things up. So I started playing around with that. And all of a sudden, I thought, you know, for two people, we sound pretty okay on some of this stuff. So
no, that's the thing. It is a completely full sound, no matter what. And it saw you all at Z-Bar in Louisville.
Yeah, I remember that show.
And I think that might have been the first time that I saw you live. And like it was fucking loud. Like not like oppressively or anything, but no, like it filled the room like crazy. And that's a big room.
Yeah. Having a good sound man and a good PA helps out. But you just kind of have to rethink how you play guitar a little bit. And you got to stay at home on the root notes a little and just be a little more basic. But it really works. And like I said, it just frees you up to do whatever. If I want to go on any tangent, I want to grab a section out of a song and throw it into something, it's always going to work. And
because
it's really fun.
Because you don't have the bass player or another guitar player to, that doesn't, it's freeform jazz Spinal Tap edition.
It really is. It's like the rock and roll
because you get to do whatever you want. And with you all already knowing how each other play, it just goes that way. And that's totally cool. That's a great concept to have.
It works so well. And
I think I'm going to try it now.
Oh, you should. It's great. And then when we go tour now, I mean, it's just Teresa and I, and that's it. And we love to travel anyway. Even when I'm not playing shows, we would just go travel and visit towns and stuff. And now we get to go visit towns. We get to play shows, and we get to go to every antique and pawn shop we see on the way. And we're just having the greatest time. It's so much fun.
What? Okay, so you're going to antique stores, pawn shops. What's the craziest purchase that you've got out on the road?
Oh man, Teresa, what do you think it is?
Well,
or maybe the one you're most fond of that you look at on the shelf and you're just like, yeah, I bought that.
Yeah, I'll tell you, I've gotten good at talking myself out of really weird things. So I don't really buy those. I see them, but I don't buy them. But I found a couple really good guitars out there, and I bought some that were worth a whole lot of money that the guy didn't know what they were and marked them down or whatever. And it's just always cool guitars and amps. That's what I'm really looking for. But I do venture over where the weird things are every now and then and see what kind of stuffed animal they have or something like that.
Right. Something from your childhood.
Yeah.
Like the Evil Knievel, Snake River jump set or something.
Oh yeah. We found a casket down in Virginia I would kind of like to have, but we didn't buy that one either.
Could you imagine strapping that on top of the Crown Vic on the way home?
Man, that would be great. That reminds me. I remember we were going to, this is back when I was in a band called Night Train. We were going to a show somewhere and we stopped at a music store in Charleston, West Virginia. And there was this gigantic monitor board there. And this was back probably in the 80s when monitor boards were as big as your kitchen table. And this guy said, hey, man, I've got Foghat's monitor board here. And I want $150 for it. And we would have had to strap it on top of the van. And that's the biggest mistake I ever made in my life was not buying Foghat's monitor board.
That's a thing. And it's like watching Sound City, the documentary with about the Neve console and shit like that. It's like, well, of course, it had to go to somebody and it went to Dave Grohl. But yeah, you're doing the same thing. And granted, at the time, was it outdated technology?
It had probably just become outdated because
Okay.
things hadn't gone digital yet, but they were still getting smaller. And
Okay.
this thing was from here to 10 yards away, just from, and I so wanted it, but I'll let that one go.
That would be, that's one of my things, like seeing some of these bands live where it's like 264 channel boards like slapped together and shit. And it's like, you're running 100 and fucking however many, it's like, geez.
Yeah.
It's, and then in the back in the day, when it was all quarter cables and shit, I remember getting some of those, like those, like Tropics or whatever, like some off brand that somebody was like building out of their garage and shit and putting oven knobs on there.
Oh yeah.
And just weird stuff. And it'd be like all like no XLR. None of that
just
stuff.
quarter-inch in.
All quarter-inch in, yeah. And it's I'm glad I don't have any of that stuff anymore because for one, it's heavy as hell.
Oh, it is.
Yeah. I do have a couple of fan questions here.
All right.
Also. And Jason, you might dig these as well.
Yeah.
Damien would like to know what it was like to play with Deep Purple and LA Guns.
Gosh, man, let's take these one at a time because there were two different animals.
Hell yeah.
We played in Europe last summer, and a promoter had me on a big festival with the LA Guns was on it. Or I'm sorry, no, Deep Purple, Slade, Phil Campbell's Bastard Sons were
Hell
playing.
yeah.
And it was just a huge lineup. And Hawkwind was supposed to be on the bill. So the day before, Hawkwind cancels. And so we can't make it. And so the promoter just put me in the Hawkwind slot. And I was like, this is insane. We showed up to sound check early that morning. And they said, well, you're on this stage now. I said, no, I'm over here. And it's like, no, you're on this stage now. So we did our sound check and all this. And I got to hang out with Dave Hill from Slade for the longest time. And I talked to him forever. And with our dressing room and our green room was a 500-year-old castle in France. So we're just sitting there and eating our meal, and in comes Deep Purple, and they're sitting at the table beside us, and there's Ian Gillan over there eating. I was like, oh my God, I can't believe it. And it was just insane. Phil Campbell was running around all over the place, and we got to speak to him quite a bit. I didn't say a whole lot to Deep Purple because what do you say to him? I didn't want to be an idiot, but it was just amazing. And so as the day
you should
went
have said,
on,
I like Hush better.
Oh no. I knew not to say that. But it was interesting. Phil Campbell played, and then me, and then it was Deep Purple. And I'm watching Phil Campbell play, and it's like, there's no Motorhead anymore, but they were doing all Motorhead songs. And I was like, well, this is close to really Motorhead as you're ever going to get. And they were in France. And everybody is going bananas for him. And they play the last song, and it's like, oh, you're up next. I thought, how do you follow that? How do you follow Phil Campbell? But everything went fine, and the audience was on our side, and we got through it. It was fun.
You mentioned the Phil Campbell thing here, and I am a huge Motorhead fan. Like, I got into them at a really young age, like probably right after Black Sabbath and stuff on the Snakebite Love album. And I wasn't really a fan of that album, but like the next one, like We Are Motorhead came out, and it was on. And so in LB's Truth, and not only do you wear the piped shirt with the Motorhead logos on there and stuff, you do mention Lemmy in the song. So if I could ask, behind the artist thing here, and I, dissecting lyrics, that second verse, when Jimmy Age took me to that place up in outer space, I still see his face. The Motorhead put him on the bed, but like Lemmy said, they're all dead. Dude, crazy, amazing, poetic lyrics. Like, what are we talking about here? Because I have an idea, but I don't know if my idea is the same.
Well, you know, the whole Jimmy H, of course, it's Hendrix, and he was just so trippy and so great. I remember getting that first album, and especially like the song "Are You Experienced" and how great that guitar solo is. And I mean, it's just so like all other mortals were down here, but Hendrix was up here, man, with what he was doing. And I just, that really left a mark on me, listening to Hendrix play and the way he just went where no one had ever gone. And, I still just think that's so amazing. And then the whole Lemmy thing. I mean, is there a band any heavier than Motorhead? I mean, not for someone of my ilk. They're still raw, they're still rock and roll, but they're just, man. And it's just the whole band is heavy. The sound is heavy, and I mean, I just thought that was the best there was. And the whole thing is like Lemmy said, he put them all to bed, in my opinion, because they're just better than everyone else, and they're all dead. I just needed a rhyme.
So that is like completely. So this is like an exercise in songwriting. Okay.
Yeah.
Like, because Jason, you're a songwriter. I mean, you write lyrics and stuff like that. Yeah. You wrote a book about your album.
Right.
I mean, so this is like a lesson in real songwriting, because I completely took that a completely different direction. Like I immediately assumed it was like because of Lemmy, that it might have been a drug reference, Jimmy H being heroin.
Oh, wow.
Because like he was totally against heroin junkies, like because he watched a lot of friends die from it.
Yeah.
And, going up into outer space, getting high, and fucking shit. And like, but then again, the Hendrix being on top of the world like that.
And maybe out of the world a little bit.
Exactly. Like you take the cover of, and it's like the thing, All Along the Watchtower. Arguably, he's pretty much known for that legacy. Dude. I mean, yeah, there's other stuff. You got Fire, you got, all the other stuff. But like when you really get down to it on most rock radio, they're playing fucking All Along the Watchtower still today. But like when he comes out of that solo and just screams All Along the Watchtower, and you get that echo of like where it comes through the pickups and shit, dude.
It's the greatest cover ever, isn't
it? Probably. I mean, I don't know. Back in that day, that would be a thing. It's like, okay, so if you want to go covers, All Along the Watchtower or With a Little Help from My Friends.
Well, you're right. You're right.
Yeah.
Don't forget, we haven't heard the metal cover. Laid Back has been teasing us about too. So that might be the greatest cover. Heard yet?
We toyed around. I'll just go ahead and tell you. I wanted to play. What's the Sabbath song we were playing? Hole in the Sky. I was trying to play Hole in the Sky.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, dude. It's a fucking great song.
It is, man. And we noodled around with it some, and we played it. We didn't play it out anywhere. We just kind of rehearsed it. But I don't know. It just didn't seem to be where I wanted it. So I kind of backed off of it. We've been doing a Ramones song now, which isn't really metal, but it's kind of speedy.
No, I mean, they lay the groundwork. And and this goes into the next question that Damien was asking too, was how do you, when you're playing a mixed bill show versus a straight up country show with country artists, how do you, when you're doing it, do you prep differently, I guess?
Not really at this point. I think most venues that hire us or promoters that hire us, they know what we are now. And maybe the audience doesn't know. In fact, a lot of times the audience doesn't know, because I've had a lot of people, especially on this tour, opening up for Driving and Crying. At the end of the night, people come up and say, look, you were called Laid Back Country Picker, and you guys walked on stage, and we didn't know what to expect. And we were going, what is this? But then at the end of the night, they're on our side. It's like, it's not what we expected, but we like it. So we're not really, the only thing I kind of do different is I think the Bela Lugosi. I think if I'm in too much of an uptight gig, I won't necessarily play Bela Lugosi. And I've pulled it out of a couple of shows, and even Teresa will go, don't do that. You need to play it. And it turns out probably every time I play Bela, I get a big response for some people. So we don't really switch it up a whole lot.
Right. Well,
what I want to talk about, because Damien asked this, and by the way, Damien rocks, man. We love
He
him.
does. I've known Damien, oh my God, 20 fucking years at least.
Oh yeah, they're so good, man. They come to all the gigs when we're in Louisville, and it's
Yeah,
just
it might as well shout out to Damien. He is a friend of the Metal Forge. Damien Thorne, Melinda, thank you all for.
oh yeah.
I made sure I actually solicited those questions because I knew he would want to be involved in Spirit, because I wish he would get back out and play some music. But
yeah, he definitely needs to, man.
he does. It'd be nice to see him back in the scene again.
Yes, absolutely. It'd be good for him and the scene. I want to talk
now
about
you got to do it.
I want to talk about Tracy Guns before we move on.
Sure.
Because this is such an insane story. I'm posting stuff on Instagram all the time, and I just noticed that Tracy Guns started liking some of it. He's got a little blue check mark by his name. It was like, is this really Tracy Guns? And so he'd said a couple things. So I sent him a message about something, and we just started having a dialogue back and forth. And I'm like, man, this guy's really cool. And then I saw they were coming to Beaver Dam to play with Rat and Slaughter and a bunch of band, Vixen. And so I messaged him, said, hey, I'm going to come to the Kentucky show. And he goes, man, I got you taken care of. Just come on down. So then a day or two later, I get another message from him, said, hey, do you want to get up and play Rip and Tear with us? I was like, is this really Tracy Guns? And so I said, yeah. So I learned it, man. And I show up down there at the gig, and we sound check. It's about 11 in the morning. And man, they're just playing loud. Oh my God. It was like JCM 900s everywhere. And it was just so cool. And we ran through Rip and Tear, and he's like, oh, this is great. We're on. And so all day we hung out. And I mean, he is such a I can't say it enough what a nice guy Tracy Guns is. And he made me feel so comfortable. So when it came gig time, I got up and they brought me up, and it was one of those weird things. Here's LA Guns, and they look very LA, and here's Way Back Country Picker. And we played Rip and Tear, and it was just a ton of fun.
Dude, I saw the video of you doing that, and I was like, dude, I'm so glad that you just dressed up as Laid Back and got up there just like you would your show, because you look so out of place, but it was so fucking awesome.
Yeah, and that was the cool part about it. Yeah, I asked Tracy, I said, man, is it cool to be Laid Back? I said, oh God, yeah, that's what he wanted. So it was awesome.
But here's the thing, though, when like we said earlier, like the whole wrestling persona thing. I mean, when you look at some of that old documentary stuff about the old LA scene and stuff, dude, you fit the image too. They back in the 70s and stuff, the dudes with the chops that were out on the strip and shit, man.
Well,
I mean, you totally fit the older LA scene and stuff. So yeah, I mean, it makes sense. It's like the snake eating its own tail here. It's not 6 degrees of separation.
It is. And I got to tell you, man, Tracy, we're pretty close in age. I'm just a year or two older than him, but we're in the back. Like, we got this whole dining area we go to, and we're sitting there eating lunch, and we're talking to, and I can't think of his name. You'll know his name. He's a bass player for Slaughter, and he says that he was the guy that brought Ozzy and Randy Rhoads together. Dana Strum.
Yeah, I've heard the name.
So we're talking to Dana Strum, and he's telling the Ozzy story. And two guys walk in to join us for lunch, and I immediately recognize one of them is Carlos Cavazzo from Quiet Riot.
Right.
So I jump up, and I'm like, hey, Carlos, man, I'm a big fan. Nice to meet you. And the other taller guy is standing there, and he sticks his hand out, and he goes, hey, man, I'm Warren. And it was Warren DeMartini. I was like, oh, my God. So they just sat down with us, and now we're having lunch, and it's Tracy Guns and Carlos Cavazzo and Warren DeMartini. And Tracy and I are just sitting there listening to them tell stories, and I'm like, is this real life? Is this really happening right now? And they were all super sweet guys.
That's awesome.
It was great.
And it's Zetro got brought up in an interview a few weeks back, about a couple months ago, actually, and it's like the idea of what the advice that he gave a younger musician in the scene about playing music. I think it transcends genre. Is you're somebody, then you're nobody, then you're a legend.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of those guys, that's what's happened to them now. The resurgence of, like a lot of vinyl and stuff, a lot of stuff being reprinted gave a lot of these guys new life, new lease on career type stuff.
And too, I watched the decline of Western civilization, the metal years, and you
Sure.
watch that, and and I guess all the Mark Holmes stuff maybe wasn't real. Like he wasn't really that bad of a drunk. But a lot of those guys are maybe didn't make it out alive or aren't in good shape. But you look at Warren and Carlos and Tracy and them, they survived maybe the onslaught of everything, and now they're all healthy and they're smarter and they enjoy every show now. Like they go out there and they know, they're lucky to have these gigs and they're making the most of it. And I got to tell you, LA Guns is on fire right now. I mean, they sound so good, and I'm calling them Rat, but it's really Stephen Pearcy and Warren DeMartini.
Yeah,
Carlos, playing guitar, and I don't think they could be any better. They sound so. Those guys are really taking advantage of what's happening right now.
Yeah, I think they're actually referred to as Stephen Pearcy's Rat.
Yeah, whatever it is, man.
It's something like that. Like
and I know there's a lot of
Steppenwolf, and
there's a lot of legal stuff, I guess, going on with Rat, and they can't say Rat, but they really sound good. And Tracy, everybody was good.
I think every time we bring up a Jeff Tate's Queensryche or whatever,
did he do that?
I think it's just Jeff Tate now. I think
it was at one time, but now I think it's just Jeff Tate. But but we always bring up the Great White Incident because it was I can't remember his name now, but it was his Great White.
Jack
Russell.
Jack Russell.
Yeah, that's
it. I think Jeff Tate actually was calling himself Operation Mindcrime for a while.
Yeah,
when they were doing that album full, I think he was just touring as that album title.
Definitely. All right.
Hey, real quick before we change to.
Oh no, we're not going to switch yet.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I just wanted to tell laid back. I know what you mean about playing shows that you're kind of what the fuck is this kind of stuff, because we my band opened for Y&T back in 2017.
Oh yeah,
at the Gray Eagle. And so that place well, yeah. Dude, we sold our highest merch count ever on that show.
$12.
Some off sound check. I was some lady was like, "Can I buy some of your stuff now before you sell out?" I was like, "Okay, we'll sell out," and we almost did. It was awesome. I couldn't believe how well we went over it, and we were pretty heavy compared to Y&T. I mean, they're classic rock and stuff, and we're doom metal with some power metal thrown in. But yeah, those mixed genre shows are the best ones.
Yeah, they seem to be. And again, a lot of these shows, I don't know what people are going to make of us. But
we need Jason. Where I'm going to go with this. Next year, we need to talk to Josh.
Get laid back down there.
Laid back on Doomed and Stoned.
What is that?
It's just
Asheville Doomed and Stoned Fest. It was the first year for it this year, and hopefully, if he does it next year, hopefully, we need to get laid back on there.
I have mentioned your name to some people asking about if I knew any good bands that have a festival that would be family friendly. I was like, yeah, I actually know one of them right now. Laid Back Country Picker. He can play anything. Family friendly, state fairs, these county every Friday, first Friday kind of festivals, stuff like that, So yeah, I've put his name out there quite a few times.
Thank you.
That's a good one. Have you ever played the State Fair of Kentucky?
Well, what we did is we would go down. I had a friend who ran the I forget what it was called, but it was for all the tourism directors had this area, and they're looking for entertainment for the rest of the year. And we would go down there and play. We did it 2 or 3 years in a row. We would set up and play maybe 3 or 4 days inside the fair, not on the big stage, but just inside the fair. And man, I made so many connections, got tons of gigs, and got to know a lot of just the people who run tourism who are looking to book shows in their town throughout the year. And it was really beneficial to us.
Hell yeah. See, that's the thing, man. And I'd like to play the fair for that reason, but going to some of the old shows there, when the old Cardinal Stadium shows.
Oh,
yeah. That was some fun stuff. Saw Nugent there one year because
what time period?
Oh gosh, 2010. It was before they tore the Cardinal Stadium down. So, but no, I saw Willie there.
Oh wow!
Actually, yeah, and it was the anniversary tour of the Willie and Family tour. So it was such a fucking great set. Like it's like I knew the entire set like the whole way through from listening to it like growing up as a kid, you know, on and stuff. And uh if you could pick somebody that, you know, it'd be like, you know, it'd be really awesome to play with those people. Who would it be?
Oh man, that's so hard.
I know because there's so many, you know, I'm sure influences are shooting through your mind right now.
I mean, I've always adored Aerosmith, and I mean the Joe Perry. I just used to try to think up ways where I could be more like Joe Perry, and you know, I would love to play with them, but they're not doing anything anymore. However, and I got to tell you this, I don't know if you've seen this. You know, Joe Perry Project is touring.
Mm-hmm.
It's Quick Run. Do you know the band? Have you seen who's in it?
No.
Oh, it's ridiculous. He's got Brad Whitford playing guitar. He's got Chris Robinson from the Black Crowes singing, and the bass player and drummer from Stone Temple Pilots is a rhythm section. I mean, it's like a rock super group, and they're playing little venues. So I got tickets to see them in Toronto because we're playing up there in a couple of months anyway. So I'm really excited to see that. You know, I'd like to tour with Joe Perry. I'll just say that. If Joe wants to take me on a run, I'll go. I always thought it'd be cool
and
to
it
play
would
with.
be a great deal. I mean, I think y'all'd flow well together. Actually,
You know, I don't know. You never know.
No, I mean, because like even his playing style, you know, he has, you know, especially in the early days, a lot of that blues rock stuff going.
Well, I mean, a lot of the way I play, especially my slide playing, is a lot like Joe's because Joe was just trying to play like Johnny Winter, and that's really how I play slide too. I tune to an open tuning and just go at it, you know, and that's what Johnny Winter did. And every note's not perfect, but you know, it feels good. And
definitely.
And I think it'd be fun to tour Joe or Reverend Horton Heat. I always thought that would be.
That's what I was gonna say. If that's my wife's like dream tour is Horton Heat and you guys.
We almost did it. My agent hooked me up, and I think we were going to get a couple gigs, but I was still teaching, and it couldn't work out. But now I'm not teaching. I probably need to try and make that happen.
Yeah, I actually saw him for Motorhead in Cherokee, North Carolina, at a bike rally.
Mm-hmm.
That's the first time I ever heard of them, and they were touring with Motorhead. So
they toured a lot together, actually.
I'm sure you've seen his version of Ace of Spades, haven't you?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's the best one. No one's version, in my opinion.
Well, you haven't heard my band's, but
no, I haven't. I'd love to. I love the Reverend, man. He nails it.
Oh yeah, absolutely, dude. Like this one would be cool. Like I'm a Junior Brown fan.
Oh, me too.
I mean, like that would be a good one, especially because like, dude, y'all doing dueling fucking slide guitar, him with the monster, and dude, that'd be crazy.
Yeah, I'd love to see. And you know, Junior plays loud too, man. I saw him times in the theater, and he had these real Queen Fender amps just wide open, man. So that'd be a lot of fun.
Damn. So what do we got going on for the rest of the year?
In October,
that you can talk about.
Okay, you know, I'm trying to think. You say this is about August right now. Is that where we're looking at?
Yeah, we're currently in August.
You know, we're going to be. I'm at Whispering Beard in September. I'm playing with Driving and Crying in September down in Maryville at the Shed. Got a couple of cool things like that going on. But I got to tell you, in October we're going to Australia, and I'm really excited about that.
Laid Back Down Under.
Oh yeah, that's like a movie right there.
You know, it may be.
Yeah,
we're there.
This might be a knife, but is it a McGoffin County Cadillac?
Yeah, dude, I can't wait to see the videos of like laid back riding on top of a gator. Say, hey man, I got a show to tell you about.
Well, Honey will be filming it all. Sure.
Yeah, I could see. If I may do a crude impersonation here and be like, hey man, that's the real kangaroo right there.
Hey, man, if you don't show up to this show in Adelaide, I'm gonna punch this kangaroo right in the face, and there's nothing about it.
We're playing in Adelaide. I'm glad you said that. That's awesome.
It's like one of the only town like cities I know. That and like Sydney, I don't know the rest. The Melbourne, maybe.
Well, yeah, those are the three.
Yeah, there's not many, so they're all like
but you really got to think like when you go to Australia, it's really just like cities around the coast and fucking desert, barren, wasteland,
Yeah.
fucking jungle shit in the middle.
Like stuff that'll kill you here, and then everything is civilization out here. It's like
Yeah.
But even the sharks and stuff will kill you out there. So like that place is like a death trap. I hope you survive when you go down there.
Man,
You're a
look,
real shame something happens.
Teresa is hearing every word you say, and she's not too happy about this anyway, because spiders this big are not something she wants to deal with.
Yeah.
So now, obviously, that's a cool thing, man. That's like, I'm sure, like, whenever, like, what's your idea of making it kind of thing, where, it's like we all talk about that. It's like, what if I ever did make it, or what is making it? To me, doing stuff like that, going to Australia to play music, just even if it's a 14-day vacation. And it might be the only thing that you get to do that year, but you're going over there and you got to play at a fucking castle. You did a European tour, man. And it's like, that's awesome shit.
Man, thank you. And I know that what I do is not mainstream, and I'm not ever going to be on radio, and I understand all that. But just to be able to go from town to town, people come out and seem to enjoy the show. I get to go to Australia, all because of my music, and you can't beat that. That's to play the music you want to play, and no one telling you what to do, and still get gigs. That's a good thing.
How does it feel to be like America's finest export? Like at this point, though.
Well,
it's like
we're gonna have a fucking tariff on him coming back now. God damn! Thanks for bringing that up.
Yeah. Thanks.
What's the duty price?
No, seriously, America's finest export going on. You got to come back.
What are you worth?
Yeah, not a whole lot, I don't think.
Man, how does like country go over like in Europe? Like,
oh man, they really dig it. They're when we were playing like in the Netherlands and stuff, just what a and I call this alt country. It was alternative country to me back in the day, and now it's Americana or whatever it is. They seem to really dig that a whole lot. And Australia, because where we're playing, like there's a girl named Nikki Lane that seems to be headlining everything. And we're playing one gig with Casey Chambers. And my promoter said, look, you don't understand. Casey Chambers is doing okay in America, but she's like Elvis over here in Australia, man. Oh, nice. They love her there. So we're lucky to be on the bill with her a couple of nights.
Yeah, that's cool. I was wondering just like how, like, because like, I don't really know what the equivalent would be to like European country music, like in the way we know country here.
Iron Maiden.
No, I mean, like, I know, like like in Sweden, it'd be like Swedish death metal. That would be like their country music. But like, like what would be like the laid back country
Mayhem is country music to Norway.
Yeah, I've always just wondered that, like how well it goes over actually, because I know they have like big shows and stuff. Like Nashville people have like big shows and stuff over there.
The Europeans.
But can they relate to it? Like, because it's all about like, running around in the cornfield when you're 5. It's like, you have cornfields over there, So what do they see in it? That's what I always kind of was curious about.
I think in Europe they're not as hung up on genre as what we are here in the United States. Okay, sure. Everything has to be in a category, and we like this category, and over here we don't like that category. And they just seem to take music more on just its face value of what it is.
Gotcha. Okay.
And I think if anything has a good vibe to it, or good energy, or it's sincere and the people play well, they seem to. I'm not saying that everybody, but a lot of Europeans just seem to say this is great, and they would dig it. And one of the shows we played in the Netherlands, the band right before us was a CCR tribute band, and I mean they had it down and they sounded just like CCR, but the people just went bananas for them. They just loved them. So it was
Creedence Clearwater remade.
Yeah.
Oh, and I'll tell you, and here, just speaking of, which this shouldn't surprise anybody, the promoter put us on a bill with an AC/DC tribute band in France. And what were they? I forget what they're even called. So we get there to do our sound check, and there's a giant PA set up, like a festival size PA, and a gigantic black top area for the crowd. And I just looked and said, I think they're pretty optimistic about how many people are going to come to an AC/DC tribute show. Well, when it came showtime, there was 5,000 people there. And we opened up for them and we played our set, and then they got up and I mean, they dressed the part and they did all the AC/DC stuff great. And people went bananas for them. They just loved them.
Jason and I have very polarized opinions of the tribute band thing.
Yeah, it's like I'm not opposed to the music being celebrated, but it's like I'm opposed to like people making careers off somebody else's music. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It seems like you're just got to
Especially,
next to someone smart and stole their homework, and now you're making money off of what they did. You know, it's like it seems a little cheap to me, but yeah, to each their own.
and
I'm
what,
just here in the basement talking to laid back, so you know.
but
No,
still,
it's a complex thing. And the first time I went to Europe, we played with a U2 cover band, and I just thought it was absolutely ridiculous. Although, why is there a U2 tribute band? I don't get it. But in Europe, that's a lot bigger thing. And I see in America now, I think it's starting to grow more. And
yeah,
people like them. It's very bizarre. And I got to tell you, the AC/DC band, those guys couldn't have been sweeter. They've been doing it for 20 years, and that's how they make their living.
Mhm.
Angus Young, and it is. It's
right.
kind of bizarre.
It really is. And the thing, I guess, where I think it's a faux pas thing is because a lot of these bands, take Black Sabbath, for example. Yeah, we look at Black Sabbath now, seeing like the magnanimous aspect of what they were, and what they have become. But you got to think, up until Sabotage, they were fucked. They got fucked out of everything. They didn't own their houses. They didn't own their rights to anything. It was all through the management. I mean, and when they left Meehan, it was like, then they had to basically just start over. So, I guess bands that get that, you hear of tribute bands that make an amazing career, covering somebody else's live show from back in the day when, some of those bands, really could have had a problem, probably didn't make a lot of the money that these bands today make. And they're doing the exact same thing.
Yeah.
I didn't know Sabbath had those kind of troubles.
Oh yeah.
Oh, there's
Yeah,
a bunch of them. Yeah.
Yeah, and honestly, it took signing with a mobster to get it fixed.
Well, that seemed to be pretty effective, doesn't it?
Yeah, it was Sharon's dad.
Oh yeah, yeah, he's pretty notorious.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. So you're sitting in a car, and you're sitting in a Mini Cooper with Alice Cooper and DB Cooper. Where are you going?
White Castle. I mean, there's no doubt. Where else would you go?
Cooper Town.
Oh,
Cooper's
yeah,
department store.
Well, Cooper's department store. Now, I guess we go to Cooperstown. We could go there, but we're gonna stop in a White Castle for sure.
Yeah.
And DB Cooper's buying because he's loaded.
He is. He jumped out of that plane with all the fucking money.
That's it.
And see, that is such a reference that, like, I'm sure not a lot of people really get today, like younger people, because it's like, as time goes on, those things, like, not everybody's remembered like a Billy the Kid or something like that,
Well, I feel good about it because I've had a lot of younger people come back and say, I had to look him up. And that's that's a wild story. So that's cool. They went back and dug up a little history.
Did the research. That's cool.
Yeah. Yes, it is. It's very cool.
And
show me your forearm. Show me your forearm real quick. We were talking about it. That's awesome.
That's Cooper.
Yep.
That's Cooper right there.
Very cool.
I got the same eyes. I did that. So I did it right there so I could do the fucking weird, like, Bruce Dickinson thing.
Yeah.
Looking at through the Cooper eyes on my arm.
Perfect.
It's so cheesy.
I'd like to do a song for you right now called LB's Truth, and don't you ever forget it. old James Brown rolled into town. He brought the funkiest sound and everybody got down. The Stanley Bros went nose to nose. They played 1,000,000 shows and kept them on their toes. Yeah! Jimmy H took me to that place up in outer space. I still see his face. The Motorhead put them all to bed, but like Lemmy said, they're all dead. Still rolling. This is Three Sheets to the Wind. Thanks for watching my episode. I'm the Way Back Country Picker, and this is Honey back here on the drums. We've just had the greatest time playing music for everybody. Three Sheets to the Wind is a wonderful organization, a nonprofit that partners with other nonprofits to raise money for worthy causes. I've decided to choose the Lawrence County Humane Society here in Louisa, Kentucky. They do great work, and there's just so many little animals out there that need their help, and humane societies and shelters all over the country are really hurting for resources. So there'll be a way for you to tip online after this broadcast. So if you can afford anything, please help out, because you're helping the little animals out, and you're helping Laidback out, and you're helping Three Sheets to the Wind out. You're helping everybody out. Thank you so much.
But we say it derailed and whatnot, and the whole show's pretty much derailed, as you've seen. Jason, you can go ahead and ask Laidback a couple derailed questions.
Yeah, man. My first one is what do you think the last cassette tape you bought at a truck stop is?
Probably a Gene Tracy comedy thing.
Yeah,
I'm pretty certain that's the last thing we brought in a truck stop.
That's
cool.
Dude, that was pretty quick. Like, I thought you would think about that for a second, but yeah, you were right.
You just hit one I know, because we were big Gene Tracy fans, and I just got to clarify: there's Gene Tracy and Gene Tracy Jr., and it's not Gene Tracy Jr. He's not funny, but the original Gene Tracy, that's probably
he's not funny.
He's not. I know.
That's cool, because obviously it's the gimmick. So the thing, and there is a bit of comedy in what's going on, because bless her, Teresa dressed up as Honey looks just almost as if she's just doing this out of convenience, that she's there sometimes. because of the straight laced face. Like, what are we doing here?
Oh, and that's a great description.
And I love it to death. And
So hurry up and let's get this over with so I can clean the oven.
yeah, exactly. But you went straight to a comedy tape, and that's cool because like I love like stand up comedy as well. Like I'm a huge George Carlin fan, Richard Pryor, Red Fox, all those fucking almost X-rated comics back in the day.
Were you into the Jerky Boys?
Yeah,
that stuff was great.
Yeah, I just
mean,
remember there was a Jerky Boys movie not too long ago. Like
Ozzy plays their manager.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like he was the manager. I remember that. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know this.
Oh, really? I thought,
yeah, there's a Jerky Boys movie. Yeah.
Well, there we go. Thanks. You gave me something to do.
Dude, Helmet's in the movie, and they do a fucking badass cover of Symptom of the Universe. And it's like total fucking cool shit. Yeah.
Well,
that would be a good cover for you guys, actually. I mean,
yes, it would.
I mean, the driving beat, not necessarily the fills and stuff, but the driving beat would be right up Honey's alley. Actually.
Yeah, we'd have to get our own arrangement because some stuff you can't do in the 2-piece. But you're right, that would be. You
don't have to do the middle, like the kind of like the hippie.
Yeah. No, dude.
Yeah, just like the
Symptom of the Universe, you got to do the acoustic part.
Oh, at the end when it goes off.
Yeah, when it's like dun 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 dun.
Yeah,
like you play that on the harmony, man.
Oh, that'd be great, wouldn't
it? Oh my gosh, that'd be awesome.
Yeah, let's get this
fucking Supernaut would be a good one for you.
Oh, that may be my favorite Sabbath song. That's so good.
Supernaut and Snowblind for me.
Did you see the Mastodon cover they did at the show?
No,
that's pretty good. I mean, there's no vocals because like something happened with the PA, or I don't know if it was the PA or the streaming mix, but like they don't have vocals on the song until like the last verse. But it's good. Yeah.
Well, I think Volume 4 is pretty much a perfect album. Isn't it?
It is. Yeah.
I've got a couple of drum tracks for some Sabbath songs. I might have to say.
Have you ever made Honey crack on stage, like smile?
I haven't. I've seen it happen from someone else before, but I've never been able to do it.
Because I have to hand it to her. Like she like commits like whole. Like even when we got our Christmas photo taken with me and my wife and you two, there was no smiling. I don't know if it was because I was standing next to her or if that was just Honey being Honey. But yeah, she held that line. She held it pretty tight all night.
Oh yeah, like during the performance. I mean, she's 100% in. And then at the end of the show, when we go to the merch table, she's sweet and smiling or whatever. But if you want to do a picture, she's right back to Honey.
Yeah, I didn't even tell my wife to find that. I'll have Mark post it.
Yeah,
in this podcast.
Yeah, we'll make that the thumbnail for this week.
Yeah, man. Jackie has it. I was gonna ask you something else too. I forgot what it was now.
We asked about cassette tapes at the truck stop. So
yeah, do you even miss the act of like spinning those like big reels around, just seeing what's in there?
It was fun because you just never know.
Yeah,
you don't know what you're going to find in there.
Like, man, I've been only thinking this George Thorogood greatest hits or super hits or best of or
super hits,
whatever
super
it is.
Hits. Yes, super hits are the best because like
Mott the Hoople super hits there.
Yeah, but the funny thing is, you used to never.
Hits, dude.
What's that, Jason?
I'll name your next album super hits.
No, that's not a bad idea.
And actually do the gimmick, where it's the cover like that.
Yeah.
That's like CCR. You would always find Chronicle and that fucking like weird super hits for Revisited.
Yes.
And that's it. You wouldn't find like that one rare copy of like Cosmos Factory or anything.
Chronicle 2 is actually my preferred. Because it has like the best B-sides on it and like Graveyard, Great Tombstone Shadows on that.
Oh, that's
like,
great.
That's like probably one of my favorite CCR.
And that one's hard as shit to find.
I have it, but I can't find it on vinyl or anything. Like I have the CD over here, but
that's awesome.
Yeah, I can't find the vinyl to it.
I'm glad you brought that up because I'd forgotten about those big racks of cassettes,
carousels and shit.
Oh yeah, we would go through them every time.
Yeah, man. Yeah. It's
fun.
Oh
yeah.
Just to see what's in there. Like you might there's something you might have just forgot about. It's like, dude,
Gene Autry's country classic Christmas album.
I gotta have this Asia you know, or something. You know?
That's right.
There it is. You know?
And it's the one that has it's got the first 2 Asia albums, and it says the little nice price sticker on there for $7.99.
$7.99.
The nice price. That's old school.
Hell yeah. I miss
best truck stop for food.
Well, the best isn't here anymore, and it was a Smoky Valley truck stop in Olive Hill, Kentucky, but it's been out of business for quite some time. You know, I had this discussion with Driving and Crying. What is the one they like? Is it called Wawa?
Oh yeah,
They love Wawa.
We just got one here in Clarksville like 3 weeks ago.
Oh yeah, so I guess they're phenomenal. You know, I'm going to say it's hard to beat. What's the place we go to here, Teresa, where you order the food at the kiosk and Sheets?
Sheets. Got one down here. Yeah.
Sheets.
Yeah, I've heard good things about Sheets. Flying J used to have fucking great food back in the day.
Really?
Yeah, I always liked them. Dude, they'd have it'd be like the roller grill, but it'd be Polish sausage and be like a foot long on a stick.
Mm-hmm.
You know, my Flying J close to here has a Denny's in it. So I think they pull back on what they're letting them have out on the rack, so you'll go eat at Denny's. Maybe I'm wrong. But, you know,
no, they're the one up close to me does.
Super America or Speedway. What are they called now? Is it Speedway?
Yeah.
Man,
used to be Transport America.
Yeah, their roller dogs and stuff are always top shelf too, especially about 2 in the morning. They
man,
they hit the stride about
when they have skin that looks like Hulk Hogan.
Hey, you know it's done.
Yeah, the gas station cuisine at 2 a.m. is like
it's pretty top notch.
You know, and you can spend $30 there before you know what you did.
Yeah, dude, we stopped at a truck stop on the way back from my in-laws in South Carolina, and my daughter had never really seen a gas station that had like all the stuff. And when I showed her that you could like put cheese on nacho chips, like self-serve, she was all about it. But the bad thing was the damn cheese was broken. So I opened up a bag of chips, put it in the tray, and I went to go show her the magic of the cheese. It there was nothing in there because it was busted. So I had to like break her heart.
Oh man.
So we just got so I just got some hot dogs instead. And I think she got like ice cream or something.
You know,
she was
I'm gonna be that guy.
All in.
I want to be that guy, Jason, and say that is better. That experience of just the nacho cheese being broken is better than the experience of doing the thing, getting the chips, putting them in there, and getting the cheese, and it just goes.
Yeah,
like 2 or 3 like little drops of cheese come out, and then hopefully, there is a chili next to it.
Well, there was, but I wasn't willing to risk that because we still had 2 hours to go. No.
Yeah, because that chili in a bag's pretty sus, isn't it?
Yeah, I was like, nah, I'm just gonna throw these chips away. If they say something, I'll pay for them. If not, I got away with it. I'm not doing it.
Well, have you taken her back and gave her the right experience though?
Not yet, because around where I live, there's really no gas stations that have like that kind of like selection. So I need to go like into like Asheville and like find like a Circle K or something.
There you go.
Sure.
Yeah, so that's why.
Well, here's something, Jason, that's kind of crazy.
For sure.
And laid back, you probably know about this. Not necessarily just a truck stop experience, but like when you're driving around Chicago and you've got those Oasis stops where it's like when you're on the interstate, they've got these things so where instead of getting off and going into town, they've got a gas station, and it's like, and then they've got like all in one confined place, and it's like a Burger King or Rally's and and they've got all of those, and those are wild as hell.
I've seen a couple of those. They have like a Dunkin' Donuts in them too, and just
but it's like, and then they have like the truck stop stuff, like where you can get your Road Atlas if you still use one, and you should. Yeah. I mean, do you have a Road Atlas in the Crown Vic?
Absolutely.
Fuck yes, right answer.
Right I knew it. How many oil changes do you think have had that Crown Vic's had since you've been touring?
How many what?
How many oil changes do you think you've gotten? Since
a lot, man.
None.
No, I'll take care of it. It's to the point where I'm doing it myself. It's so expensive to take it to the place now.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just buying that real high mileage oil, and I'm just changing it myself because we're putting a lot of miles on that Vic.
Yeah.
Dude, mate, you need to hit up Valvoline for a sponsorship.
Oh, I would take it if they want to throw one this way.
Hell yeah.
I'll
Shout
put a
out
beat right on the
Valvoline.
door. Yeah, come on.
Changing gears now.
Hey man, this is a laid back country picker, and I'm talking about high mileage Valvoline.
Yes, absolutely.
I got some oil to tell you about. You just wouldn't
I got some oil you won't believe.
Changing gears now to non-truck stop gas stations, called Buc-ee's. What's your go-to item?
Yeah, here first off, my daughter is all about Buc-ee's. She's one of those people. She would get her paycheck and just go to Buc-ee's and reach it to them and just take whatever. I haven't had a lot of stuff there, but the Buc-ee bites are pretty hard to beat. We would get Buc-ee bites and go down the road. I hear the brisket's phenomenal. I've never had it.
It is. It's expensive.
It is. Dude, you want to spend, adjusted for inflation at this point, it's probably an $18 or $19 sandwich. Used to be 15. Used to be $15. But it's any three meats on the menu.
Oh wow.
And you go brisket, turkey, and just some whatever random thing. I like the sausage actually. The Polish sausage that they have.
Yeah, we last time we were there, we took our kids to the zoo in Knoxville, and we got a hotel with a pool, and we didn't have any swim trunks for my little 3-year-old. And she's like, "Oh, we'll just stop at Buc-ee's to get some." I was like, "Yeah, okay." And sure enough, she knew exactly where they were. There they were. The bucket. We got them upstairs. They're always there, ready to go to the pool.
I've got a pair of Buc-ee's swim trunks.
Oh no, shit,
yeah, I really do,
dude.
Awesome.
The onesies that I can't get over that. Like the fucking the fleece Buc-ee onesies.
We'll probably have one. Jackie's been talking about making a trip, so we'll probably have one soon before the new kid arrives, I'm sure.
Oh, that's brilliant.
Yeah.
Somebody said Buc-ee's is everything that's right about America and everything that's wrong with America at the same time. Man.
Yeah, it is. If you put a Buc-ee's in Europe, what would happen? I bet you a world war would break out just because nobody would know what it is.
No, because it's such excess and overkill.
Yeah. I mean, when you really think about it, Buc-ee's, especially because they're a Texas company, they are really just interjecting Texas into the rest of America.
More.
Yeah.
Yes.
More.
Yes.
Yeah.
More bang for your buck. Everything's bigger in Texas. Now it's bigger in Kentucky, and 120 gas pumps.
Yeah.
Oh, 120. That's a baby one, dude.
No, I know. I think the one up in the one out here in Richmond is it has 225, I think.
Yeah. Sounds about right.
And and they put their billboards up that says, the next Buc-ee's is 350 miles away.
Yeah.
That's pretty ballsy, but it probably works. There's probably people that go, "You got it." And they're on.
Well, and honestly, it is like an amusement park. It really is. It models the business off of it being like that. It's like, look at all the crazy shit we have. Yeah. We have brisket, we have pork, we have chicken, we have turkey, we have beaver nuggets. We've got, all that shit, and not to mention all the jerky selection.
I feel like Buc-ee's is modeled after Black Friday at Walmart 6-7 years ago. It's if you want this every day, all day, here you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I've been out after gigs and went there at 2 a.m, and it's still wide open.
We have too, actually. My first Buc-ee's experience was after a show up at Mark's up in Indiana.
Yeah.
We driving back, hit Buc-ee's, and we spent 45 minutes there just buying shit we didn't need, because that's what you do at 2:30 in the morning.
So get this. The beaver nuggets, they're the little corn puff things is what they are.
Yeah.
That's what they're a breakfast cereal already.
Yeah, we did that.
Yeah.
Did you do it?
Yeah, you pour milk over them.
I honestly didn't know about this. I never really liked them. I thought they're overrated, but dude, if I had some milk, I would fucking try that.
Well, no, I can't remember. It's not Honey Smacks.
It's the corn, the sweet corn puffed ones.
Yeah.
Sugar Pops?
No, corn
no,
I think it's called.
No, because I think those are like Kicks almost. You remember Kicks?
Kicks, I do.
They still have it.
Do they?
Yeah.
I don't think it's up here anymore.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think it might be a regional thing.
Kicked.
What is one thing that you just truly love?
Honey.
Hell yeah.
I mean,
Hell
just
yeah.
that's an easy one.
What's been the best part of your day so far?
I've messed my knee up. I pulled something in it. It snapped. I don't know what it is. It's some kind of muscle, and I've really been struggling with it. But I got out today and I mowed my yard, and the more I mowed and the more I walked, the looser my knee got, and it just makes me feel good. I think I'm on the mend, so that's good. That's been a good part of the day.
Might have been those cooler days, like not as limber as when it's 90 out.
Yeah, and I don't know. It just something felt good today about movement. So there, I celebrate that today.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Hell yeah. What's the driving the late nights? I'm sure we all go through that, especially, playing the crazy small. You do play a lot of smaller places.
Yeah.
One horse town type stuff, especially being from Eastern Kentucky and stuff, to being out in the Eastern Kentucky mountains and shit like that, and the hills. What's the craziest thing you ever saw in the late night?
We've seen some creatures cross the road in front of us that we're not really sure what they were. I don't know if they was a chupacabra or stuff like that, but I've seen some bizarre things. And two, it's 2 a.m. or 3, and I've been asleep, so maybe I didn't really see them. But they're seeing some weird things I've seen. I've got pulled over by the cops, several times late at night too, and they're wondering, no decent human beings out at 3 a.m. on this road. So why are you out here? And you have some pretty interesting conversations with police officers at that hour.
You ever like sign for me, get out of a ticket or anything? Like here's a vinyl, if you let me go.
No, I've been recognized maybe once or twice, but
that's awesome. Yeah.
Now I'll tell you what, I just got pulled over the other night and I had a honey t-shirt on, and the cop really dug the honey t-shirt. Like he couldn't get over that. And that may have gone a long way and get me out of it.
Dude, I need to get one of those. The last one I got was the A-Track shirt.
Oh yeah, that's a great shirt. Thanks for getting that.
Yeah, man, that's awesome. I love this shirt.
Hey, do you remember Art Bell?
Yeah.
So we used to just listen to Art Bell on the way home because he was just hitting his stride about 3 a.m, and that would get you home on the sleepy nights.
Right. Yeah.
He must have been local up there on the radio.
He was coast to
coast.
You just didn't have him though.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the radio show's called Coast to Coast.
Yeah, a lot of my stuff was syndicated, but it was like Sunday, like Casey Cates on top.
Oh yeah.
For like House of Hair with D. Snyder still goes right now, and there wasn't much syndication other than like AM radio and stuff like that. I used to be a big Paul Harvey fan.
Oh yeah, I dug Paul Harvey too.
Yeah, because I just like listened to his voice. His sign off was the greatest.
You should be a big Steve Harvey fan too.
I am actually. Yeah, I like Steve Harvey too.
Steve Harvey's pretty good.
Yeah, Steve Harvey's.
They need to take him off Family Feud and give him a judgeship.
They need to give Family Feud back to Richard Karn, actually.
Yes, they do. I agree with that. Richard Karn, best. Yeah. Al Borland, definitely. Do you have a favorite memory of watching a movie with your family?
We always, like on New Year's Eve, the little local TV station would show horror movies like at midnight.
Sure.
And I just remember staying up and we'd watch whatever the creepy movie was, The Creature of the Black Lagoon or whatever. And I just remember watching those and going, this is super creepy. I'm up past midnight. These are terrifying movies. It was always fun to do that. And Chiller. Did you have an equivalent of Chiller? We had a Chiller theater that came on like every Friday night where they just show those real bad B scary movies.
Not in my day, but what we did have was like our local Fox affiliate up here, like WDRB. It was that there was very much not a lot of stuff going on, especially in the early days. So what they do is they get these rights to films and stuff, or they'd get syndication rights for like the Highlander television show.
Yeah.
And I remember waking up at like 3 a.m. and catching or it's like midnight, 1, 2, something like that. Cause it wasn't too late, but I remember catching the end of a Highlander television show, and the film that they were playing after it was Phantasm 2.
Oh yeah.
And that blew my fucking mind because I was like 11 when I saw it. And like, falling asleep on a Friday night, on the couch,
Yeah.
that kind of thing. And then waking up and being like, seeing this fucking guy with a fucking silver ball flying through and sticking in people's heads.
Waking up on the couch during a horror movie when you're just kind of like coming to and not really know what's going on is like one of the most visceral experiences you can have, especially when you're single and live by yourself. Because it's like, what in the hell is going on? You're like, and then you open your eyes and it's like a zombie like eating a dude, like he's like already like tore his stomach out, and you're like, that's the first thing you wake up to at like 4 a.m. You're like, what is going on here? But yeah, I never forget those few times it happened to me.
And this channel too would also throw in Godzilla versus somebody too.
Yeah, sure.
That, and those are always good.
Mothra, Rodan, Mecha Godzilla.
Rodan.
Oh my gosh!
I remember the Godzilla. Yeah, those.
King Kong was top tier. Yeah.
Yep. Very good.
Yeah.
Getting the original, like the 1933 King Kong, not the black and white one, not the one with like Jeff Bridges or whatever.
One of my favorite movies, actually, is that 33 one.
Oh, is it really?
I've never seen it.
It's so cool. Like what they had nothing and what they did with nothing, like compared to nowadays. Like,
just sure,
play monsters with the stop motion and stuff. Like it's awesome, man.
Dude, Peter Jackson actually owns 2 of the Kong armatures, the models, just like it's like the bare skeleton frame.
Yeah.
And because everything else is like eroded off of it and shit.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of the 30s like horror and sci-fi stuff, actually. I think that was a really cool time because like they were just like getting started, figuring stuff out, but made stuff that looked pretty cool for back then. It still holds up because it's all real, it's all puppets and miniatures and stop motion.
Sure.
Even get up to like Jason the Argonauts and stuff like that, and like 60s and stuff. Like I dig all that too.
I love those movies.
Those skeleton fights are like,
oh yeah, well, I mean that's just like I like a lot of like stuff like heavy metal and stuff like that where it's like rotoscoped. Like Fire and Ice is a prime example where they had actors there, but then they just drew over the frame.
Yeah.
And they did the animation.
Right.
That's cool stuff.
The FBI is following you again around, just so you know.
Jason, do you have anything else?
Is the honey shirt available for order on your website?
Funny you should ask. It is. We're trying to get them produced right now. She went to 2 or 3 different companies, and we're trying to find who gives us the best version of it. And it'll probably be out, I would say, within a month, Teresa.
Yeah.
Yeah, within a month they'll be available.
Okay, I'll be ordering one. I'll get one for my wife.
Right on.
Yeah, she's all about it. She's actually really jealous I'm here right now talking to you. If you can give her a shout out.
Oh, what's her name?
Jackie.
Jackie.
Yeah.
Jackie.
Oh, even Honey yelling at you. Jackie, you rock. Can't wait to see you again.
It'll be soon enough. You started coming to Asheville when we were busy, so we need to like send you my calendar so you know when not to book a show.
Hey, I'm coming pretty soon with Driving and Crying.
I know, but my wife's like will be like 9 months pregnant by then, so it might not be.
But where is there a better place to give birth than the Gray Eagle?
Oh, the Gray Eagle floor. Yeah. Well, I'll ask her. I'll tell her your recommendation.
No, we need to do this. We need to make this a thing. We're going to do like weekly update videos on that. Sway and Jackie bring the pregnancy bag, the crash bag to go to the hospital with.
Well, no, we'll just bring an extra laid back shirt and just catch her in the laid back shirt.
Or get that Bucky onesie
first.
Boom.
Yeah, we could do that for
just honestly, there you go. Get a honey onesie.
Yeah,
that's it.
Dude, just grab me one on the way in. I'll pay you back.
All right, that'd be
perfect. Right. Doing the thing and doing how Bucky's print is like the little beaver head all over like polka dots.
Yeah.
You have honeys like that, or alternate between honey and the Cooper picture.
Well, listen, about 2 months ago, she ordered a set of pajamas tops and bottoms with her face all over it, just like that. The Bucky's thing.
That's amazing, man.
Well, it's an
That's
even better
great.
story because she got the size that was too big for her. So we took it to the show that weekend and someone bought it. We sold it. So there's somebody out there with a honey PJ set.
Dude, is it like the one piece PJ set, or is it just like
No, it was top and bottom.
Okay, yeah. You gotta go with the moo dude. The moo is the way to go because that would like fit her style.
Well, you're right.
Curlers and everything. So yeah,
dude, threadless. I mean, it sucks because threadless is, you know what it is. You don't make anything off of it being a musician. But I'll tell you what, if you want to do some really cool one-off merch, threadless is the way to fucking go. They've got bath towels. They've got shower curtains. They have everything. Like,
I've never looked at it.
Oh yeah, it is great. Not you can do like one-off shirts on there, but like skateboard decks, cell phone cases, messenger bags, you know, all kinds of cool stuff. And that like a honey shower curtain.
Oh, that would make you want to take a shower, wouldn't it?
Yeah. I mean, could you imagine with that disappointing look on her face? Like, just after
you didn't watch that.
Like, come on.
That's great. Oh,
shit. Laid back, I have one more question for you, but before we get to it, as always, everybody, you know, I go through this every week, and it's one of my favorite parts of the show because I get to tell you about all the links listed below. So give likes, shares, follows, go do all the things and all the stuff. Hello. Do you want to give the spiel too? Come on, baby. Come on. I got a friend.
Oh.
This is Diana Prince.
Oh,
yeah. She's my my new one. She had her almost a year.
I may be related to her.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, David Prince might be related.
We may be related.
Yeah.
Are you laid back, kitty cat? I think she is.
Perfect. That's my cousin.
But honestly, you probably keep the same hours. She's crazy as shit in the middle of the night too.
Oh yeah, probably so.
But as I said, links, they're listed below. So please give likes, shares, follows, go do all the things and all the stuff because that's what matters. Go buy merch, go see shows, get out, do the things. Things are hard, times are tough, you know, just fuck. Go enjoy life while we all can, because you're not guaranteed fucking tomorrow and nobody is. Dave, laid back, honey, Teresa, do y'all have any shout outs or anything else you'd like to promote today?
Tree, you got anything to promote? You know, shout out to like every time we come to Louisville, man, there's a good group of people that always come and see us, and I appreciate them. They're always showing up. Same way with Asheville, there's a core group of people that come, and really just to everybody that, you know, you can set at home, and it's a whole lot cheaper to set at the house, and then, you know, not get out and go hear live music. But the people that are doing it, man, we're so appreciative of it. And without them, you know, we're in the basement playing. So I don't take that for granted. People spend their money to come see you play, and they pay attention, and that means a lot to us. So shout out to all those folks.
Yeah, well said.
Definitely.
Yep. I'll be looking at Tracy Gunn's guest solo on her next album, by the way.
Ooh.
You know, that's not out of the realm of possibility.
Yeah. I mean, you can
or a laid back solo on the next LA Guns.
Yeah, we never know.
That's probably way out of the realm of possibility. I got to tell you, man, Tracy can still just smoke it.
Oh, yeah.
He is still so
yeah,
good.
I watched that video, dude. I was pretty impressed still. Yeah.
Well, I mean, even that metal show, if you remember that.
Yeah.
You know, he did a couple of the wraparounds where they would always have a guitar player.
Yeah.
Like one day they actually got Michael Schenker to do it, and it was for like Eddie's birthday or something. But like Tracy was on there a few times, and he was shredding the fuck away.
Oh, he's great. And you know what's funny? That's one of the first things that Tracy and I started talking about, because I knew he did an album with Schenker, and I said, man, what was that like? And he would just tell me all about playing with Michael and how cool it was, and how German Michael is. And he had all these Michael Schenker stories. And I'm just like a little kid sitting there going, oh my God, you play with Michael Schenker. It was great.
What's your favorite Scorpion song?
Oh man, it'd be something off Love Drive. Loving You Sunday Morning's awful good. I like that one a lot.
Wait, that would be a good laid back cover. There's your metal cover right there.
And maybe just
Damn.
another piece of meat or something. Anything,
Yeah.
anything's good off Love Drive. I think that's a great record.
Hell yeah. So as I said a minute ago, things are hard, and just going through things day to day life. How do you just maintain, like, dealing with things like anxiety, just like the state of the world, seeing all the news? How do you just like sit there and just say, you know what, this is what laid back is, and this is how I just need to do it? How do you get into that?
I've turned the news off. Like, I just don't watch it. I don't care. It's out of I can't control it or do anything about it. I don't want to hear different people's takes on what I'm supposed to think about it. So I don't watch. When I was teaching and really into social studies, I watched everything, and I had to be informed because I got to talk about this stuff in an intelligent manner with my students. But I'm not doing that now. And, things are just so bizarre that I just stay out of it. And I get up, and Teresa and I sit in this room every day, and we drink a cup of coffee, and we're just so lucky to be together, and I just kind of insulate myself from that. Then we go off and we play our shows, and we go to a place where everyone pays their money to come and see us, and it's always a good time. So I'm living on a little time. I'm in 10 acres here. There's no one anywhere around me, so I've really kind of insulated myself from a lot of negative stuff, and I'm just living a good life right now. I'm enjoying every day, and everything's pretty good for me right now.
Dude, that's amazing. And I lied. I'm going to ask you because you said something about, being a teacher. I do want to actually ask one last thing, because it sparked a thought. Have you ever had an experience where, like, somebody in your class, teaching social studies, stuff like that, and being informed that they just were on another level, like they saw the system more than anybody else?
Oh, yeah. I mean, every year, when I first became a teacher, I thought, well, you're the teacher and you're the smart person here, and you're going to enlighten all these people. And I found out quick, you're not the smartest person in the room. When you're in a classroom with 30 random kids, you're going to have some kids in there that are sharp. And I taught a lot of AP classes, and those are like the cream of the crop.
Yeah.
So, I learned pretty quick that I'm not the smartest person there, and I valued their viewpoints, and I've learned just as much from them and things they say and the way they see the world as maybe what they learned from me. So, yeah, I had a kid, for example, who just finished at Harvard, and like he's got a law degree, and he'll probably be on the Supreme Court someday, and that's not a joke at all. So I've had some brilliant kids in my classroom.
Has any of your students ever plagiarized your lyrics in like a paper, like a report?
Well, I've just seen them at the end of an answer, they would throw in a lyric or something.
Like, hey, man, John Glenn.
Yeah.
Did you ever give them extra credit?
Well, I'll tell you what, when you're grading the paper, it's just one of those, it gets to where I'm not sure if you get this point. Did you make this point or not? But if they quoted the laid back lyric, then yeah, I think they did. They got that. So we'll go check off on it.
They understood the assignment.
And they're smart. So yeah.
Hell yeah. Laid back, thank you so much. Honey, thank you so much as well, being in the gallery behind and helping with the camera at the beginning.
Let's not forget to thank the FBI for moving Laidback's camera around, trying to find.
Yeah, man. I don't know if
FBI, yeah,
somebody's hooked up. Hey, man, thank you guys. It's just such a joy to talk to you all, and man, you all are just so well versed on so much stuff, and it's great to talk with you.
I got so much more I could have asked, but we don't need to be here all night.
So we'll do a version 2.
Yeah, man.
Oh yeah. Oh, absolutely.
After Australia, I want to see how many snakes you had to fight.
I'll see how many fingers I have left when we come back.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, at least, do you really need the pinky?
All you need is something to play slide with. That's it.
There you go.
Hey, you're a Rose Tattoo fan, right?
Yeah.
So this the home of Rose Tattoo, and all their songs had slide guitars, so we'll be fine. It'll be perfect.
Yeah.
Look at Django Reinhardt.
Oh, Django!
I'm looking forward to those Australian laid back show commercials, man.
Yeah,
that is something. Your all's content is just so great. In a world where we've got to make content to survive as an entity. The music's already great, but just everything else that you're doing, like hey, this is what we're doing. Come out to this show tonight, and it's just realism. It really is.
I think my favorite one is like he was like in Kansas or something, and it was like he was like promoting an actual show, and it was like so far away. He's like, "Hey man, I got something to tell you about." It's like I'm over here in like this old like it was like a police station that turned into like something else. It was like something historic, and he's like, "Yeah, I'll be playing in Asheville, North Carolina, like next week." And it's like,
I remember doing that.
yeah, that's a good one. That's probably one of my favorites. Yeah,
And if I try, like, I almost think I don't want to do anything that's too ridiculous, or I want to make sense. And then Honey will remind me, you don't want to make too much sense, and you do want to be a little ridiculous.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
I think that's what makes it so easy to be laid back.
yeah,
Sure.
like,
You don't
Sure,
always
sure.
have to have your facts together when you're laid back.
Exactly.
or if you're a president or politician for that matter. But it's like, that's a different story for a different time.
there it is.
Yeah.
And there it is. Laid back on our way out today from your catalog of music, preferably a music video, but whatever. What do you want to play?
Oh man, if we're gonna do a video, you've already got the shirt on. Let's go ahead and do Cooper.
Oh man, I was hoping you pick Party Line, but yeah,
Oh, there's
Cooper-
a video for that, isn't there?
I think I don't know. I think there is, but yeah, Cooper.
If there is, I mean, hell, you know what? Fuck it. We'll just play them both.
Yeah, who makes the rules? You do.
That's right.
Oh, why
Live
don't,
for
real
today.
quick, how'd you decide to bring Uncle Phil to your European tour to play bass? Or cousin Phil?
Oh, man, he's an old friend of mine. Like, I'd met him probably online. Here's a quick story. I had a band called Night Train, and we had some way managed to book us some shows in England to go open up for the Georgia Satellites. So the Georgia Satellites pull out of the tour, but we got plane tickets at this point. So we went ahead and kept the dates and added a few to it. And I get over there, and I talked to this guy online, never met him. He had never met us.
Right.
And he goes, look, my wife and I are going out of town, but here's the keys to our house. Here's an orange combo amp and a bass amp you can use, and just bring them back when you get done. And he didn't know us at all. And so he loaned us all that stuff. We used his house a little bit, and we just got to know him. They've been over here before. We've been to their place a couple of times, and he's a great bass player. He always has some good bands going. So they helped put that tour together, and we thought, it'd just be wrong not to let Phil play bass on it.
Yeah, I was like, man, who's this third guy? Why don't we get this in the States? Like, I feel like it's like an import version of Laid Back Country Picker. We just don't have over here,
Yeah, Phil, he was great and just a good dude.
And his name is Phil.
Yeah, Phil.
I seen better. So cousin Phil is actually.
Yeah.
It
was legit.
All right, now we can end it. That was the question I had earlier. I just couldn't remember it for some reason.
Dude, that's amazing though. I mean, and again, going back to the thing, things get fucking hard, and you know what? Shit like that's what matters.
Yeah, man. And they're just
having those friends.
That's real.
Hey, man, here's the keys to my house.
It's really, you're just blessed to have good people that help you out and when you need it. And there's people that we don't even know that'll help us out when we need it, and that's a good thing.
You know what? I've really honestly, when this was a full radio show back in 2019, I had guests come in the studio and we live stream it on Facebook and stuff like that. But I've actually considered doing a live performance in the Metal Forge, the room here, with the Laid Back Country Picker and Honey.
No, we can do it.
Man, there is a video for Party Line. It was posted 7 years ago with 58,000 views on YouTube.
Oh, well, there we go. You got it.
Yeah.
Hell
So
yeah.
Yeah.
That's fun. I get to ride a 10-speed bike in that one. I enjoy that.
Dude, those things are frightening.
Yeah, when I was a younger man, I thought they were great, but once you get old, they're
that little thin tire. Whoo.
Oh yeah, and the handlebar
like those
upside down. What is that?
Yeah, I know. Like, I like those electric bikes now. Where they got the wide tires on them.
Yeah, I've seen those. I was in Florida, and some guy kept passing me on one of those things, like cruising, big tires, and I know he had a motor. He couldn't go that fast. It was amazing.
Yeah, he wasn't pedaling that shit. I mean, plus it's Florida. I mean, you know how they are down there.
Yeah, it's hills. It's kind of cheat. Yeah.
Cheat on my taxes. I'm gonna cheat riding a bike.
Yeah, but you're not really getting good exercise if you're not going up a hill.
Awesome. Laid back. Thank you so much. Jason, thank you so much as
Yeah, man,
well.
thanks for having me on. I was pleased to see this was happening finally. So
I know it's been a long time coming. Laid back and Honey have been so busy, but we appreciate them and thank you all so fucking much. This has been awesome. Here it is, Cooper and Party Line, double shot. Metal every day, everybody.
Cooper. 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 Alice Cooper. D.B. Cooper. Minnie Cooper. Cooper's Department Store. Alice Cooper. D.B. Cooper. Minnie Cooper. Cooper's Department Store.
Come upstairs, love. You'll find everything you need.
Alice Cooper. D.B. Cooper. Minnie Cooper. Cooper's Department Store. Cooper's Department Store.
Hello? I want to know where my money went. I'll find it. You'd better. Did you hear that? Is there someone else on this line?
babies. Some boys are driving trucks. Some folks are moving to Florida. I wish them lots of luck. A marriage is nearly over. A preacher's coming to town. A few folks voted for the Democrat. I can't make a sound. Party line. I'm on the party line. The party line. I'm on that party line. Well, there's people that muddy the water. There's people that make it clear. There's people want to know where the money went. They don't know I'm here. You wonder how they found out. You trusted your best friend. You laid it out and they played it out. I'm on the other end. Party line. I'm on the party line. Party line. I'm on that party line. Lead part right here. Some girls are having babies, some boys are driving trucks. Some folks are moving to Florida, and I wish them lots of luck. A marriage is nearly over, a preacher's coming to town. A few folks voted for the Democrat, and I can't make a sound. Party line. I'm on that party line. The party line. That party line.
Hey metalheads, you like tattoos? Of course you do. If you're in the Louisville, Kentucky area, come on over the bridge to Clarksville, Indiana, and get you some ink done at Ageless Art. If ink isn't your thing, they have a piercing studio as well. Visit agelessartclarksville.com to see some frequently asked questions, meet the staff. The shop is open Monday through Thursday, 12 to 8 p.m., Saturdays, 12 to 10 p.m., and Sundays, 12 to 6 p.m., all appointment-only spots. You can set up your appointments by phone at 812-283-1793 or email agelessarttattoondpiercing@gmail.com, and someone will get you set up for your first or your next tattoo or piercing. Hey metalheads, after going to a rager, what's your ultimate go-to? Mine is totally pizza. So when Overload is playing, or I'm promoting the Metal Forge live showcases, or the big goddamn metal show, I go to Pizza Donisi. Pizza Donisi is gourmet artisan pizza from right here in Louisville, Kentucky. It features things like the pizza of the month, the sandwiches, and also vegetarian and vegan options, which is so totally fucking cool for all of it's awesome pizza. You definitely want to go. Hey, and also from time to time they do cannolis. Oh, so fucking good. You know what they said, man? Leave the gun, take the cannoli. Yeah, just like that in Godfather. They're located right next to the Mag Bar at 1396 South 2nd Street. So either stop in or call in at 502-213-0488. They're open till midnight. The witching hour.
Heineken, fuck that shit. Pabst Blue Ribbon.
Hey metalheads, you all hear me talk about Mag Bar all the time. It is the home to the Metal Forge live showcases and is an integral stop in the ultimate underground metal tour schedule. They obviously feature live music, but the Mag Bar also has daily specials like Pint and Slice Night on Tuesdays with Pizza Donisi. But they also do Bring Your Own Vinyl on Thursdays with DJ Kent Jackson, and Finer Things Sundays. Located right next to Pizza Donisi at 1398 South 2nd Street, open 3 p.m. to 4 a.m. 7 days a week. Get your asses out to the Mag Bar. Rock out. For 45 years and keeping Louisville weird, Electric Ladyland has been there for all your eccentricities. While they do offer the best smoking supplies out on the market today, there's a whole lot more to check out. From ashtrays and blacklight posters, to records, incense and burners, and items to stock your metaphysical supply. They're open from 10 to 10, 7 days a week. Located at 2325 Bardstown Road in Louisville, Kentucky, and at electricladyland420.com. Roll out. In 2017, one man's vision and passion for all things metal started out as a record store in his house. Years later, the fight against a mainstream empire continues as Shade Beast. An independent metal collective and online store based in Athens, Georgia, is the world's premier heavy metal brand for music heads that value authenticity over the mainstream acceptance. Featuring original t-shirts from some of the best underground artists, as well as stickers, posters from the Shade Beast Presents concert series. Unique, one-of-a-kind collectibles and small curated selection of vinyl and cassettes from the masters old and new. Visit shadebeast.com and enter promo code SithLord for free domestic shipping on your first order, whether you're a new customer or returning. And be sure to join the Shade Beast social groups on Facebook and the interwebs to keep up with the new release announcements and talk all things metal and Star Wars. You'll never find a more wretched hive of scum and filth.
Welcome to the night. You think you know Night Demon? Then the Night Demon Heavy Metal Podcast is for you. Step into the darkness as we peel back the curtain to give you an unprecedented, all-access look into the mind and the heart of the demon. We're talking band history, song analysis, studio anecdotes, stories from the road. It's everything a diehard Night Demon fan could want and more. This is the only place to learn the inside scoop, the deep dive trivia, the untold tales from the band members themselves and those closest to the Night Demon story. Need more? The sacred Night Demon Crypt will be pried open to reveal demo recordings that have never before seen the light of day. all with in-depth commentary by the band and the people who were there for the writing and recording process. This is a gold mine, a treasure trove of all things Night Demon. Head over to nightdemon.net or wherever you listen to podcasts.
Since 2013, there has been a calling from the underground, from the graves of all those unholy, and they decided to make a zine to talk about all of this. Soul Grinder Zine, an independent metal zine to keep you informed on all things metal and horror from the underground. Available in both print and digital formats, they're bringing you the best interviews and reviews out there today. Not only do they do the zine, but they also do compilation CDs. Check them out at facebook.com/soulgrinder.zine and start your subscription now.
Hey everybody, let me tell you about the new sponsor to the Metal Forge, Unchained Tapes. They're an independent Pennsylvania tape label. They focus on extreme metal and punk with a killer approach to the tape scene. Visit their web store at unchainedtapes.bigcartel.com now to get your fill of tapes. And for being a Metal Forge listener, enter the code METALFORGE10 at checkout to get a 10% discount on your total purchase. That's unchainedtapes.bigcartel.com.
What's up, Metal Forge fans? This is Alan Bishop, the alchemist of Indiana's Black Forest and head distiller at Spirits of French Lick. Do you find yourself drawn to the unexplained, fascinated by the Fortean, or enchanted by the paranormal? If the things that go bump in the night resonate in your mind, then tune into my brand new podcast, If You Have Ghosts, You Have Everything. Featuring first-hand accounts, collected stories, interviews, history, and speculation related to all things not of this world. Available now on Anchor, Spotify, Google, Amazon, and more. Set back, relax, and remember, if you have ghosts, you have everything.
Hey, let me tell you guys about Mercenary Press. They're an independent London label and distributor of all things metal. Mercenary Press delivers the goods from their own independent zine. Trust me, you're going to want to get in on that. To distributing various bands from all over the world, including Cramp from Spain and Sadistic Force from Texas. Visit mercenarypress.bigcartel.com to find out what all they have in stock and what you can order. And for Metal Forge listeners, enter code METALFORGE10 to receive a discount on your total purchase at mercenarypress.bigcartel.com. Check it out now.
Hey Metalheads, it's with great pleasure I get to tell you guys about a new sponsor to the Metal Forge, Ageless Art, New Albany. After 20 years of owning and operating Ageless Art in Clarksville, Indiana, Phil Garrett had a vision for a new type of tattoo studio. Something that is clean and modern, sleek, refined, inviting. And he's done just that with Ageless Art in New Albany. You can find it at 2736 Charlestown Road, New Albany, Indiana, 47150. Business hours are Monday through Saturday, 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. Sundays are 12 to 6. All sessions are appointment only, so give them a call and go get you some new ink. Or if it's your first time, go get your first one, baby.
In a broken wasteland, come to my fire and place your blood and steel upon my